welcome to another Adventures in Eagle Territory. My name is Tiffany Ploehn, and of course we are at the National Eagle Center, and I am the Avian Care Manager here. Today we are going to be talking about our gloves. And so a lot of times people come in here and they ask us about what these gloves are, why we have them, is there really something so special about them? And yes, there is. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. One thing is that they are very, very thick. They are made to help protect us and help keep our birds safe as well. And so they actually have 8 layers of leather on them, just cow leather, but we have 8 layers in them to help make them very, very thick. That's not only for our protection against their talons, because even though these birds aren't gripping us when they're sitting on our arms, they're actually just sitting there. If I were to move too fast, they'd fall right off. But those talons are very, very sharp, and so I don't want to accidentally be punctured by them. I don't think they want to do that to me either, but this will help protect me. Something too is that it being so thick allows it to be a nice big space for our birds to sit on. Something that a lot of people don't know is that your hand is literally the size of a bald eagle's foot. And that's the measurement that we use for our perching and other things. And so you can imagine that your hand sitting on this glove is going to be a lot nicer than sitting on just your wrist. It's going to be a lot safer, a lot wider for them. Now something too is that if you've ever been to the National Eagle Center, a lot of people come by here and they see these and think it's an exhibit. That's actually our staff gloves. That being said, we have a whole nother set of gloves just for our volunteers. And so all of these are for our volunteers to wear while they are out in our mew working with our birds, or even just talking to guests. We want to make sure that everyone has a glove that fits them properly so that we can immediately help our birds if they need any kind of assistance. Now something too is that for our staff, we actually go a step further. And we all have our own custom glove. So this one's actually mine. The way that I know that's mine is not only is it the dirtiest, because it is always the dirtiest, I'm sorry, but it also has my initials on it. And if any of you didn't know, my initials are toilet paper. That's right. And so I have TP on my glove, which helps make sure that everyone knows that it is mine. It was specifically made so that it has the right length in the arm, and also so that all the fingers fit me properly. And in fact, me just as a preference, I don't like to take off my wedding ring, and so my glove was made specifically so that it has a wider ring finger so that I can comfortably wear it even while working with the birds. Now all of our staff have individual gloves that all have their own individual initials on them so that we can tell them apart, which is really important just for safety to make sure that we aren't accidentally passing anything between each other. But something that a lot of you haven't noticed is that there are different hooks. That is actually by design. So not only do we have specific gloves that have our initials on them so that we can tell them apart, we actually went the extra mile and got us each our own hooks so that we can identify them ourselves. And so I'll just tell you mine. Mine in particular is a music note. And that's because a lot of people may or may not know that I used to be in choir. Not only did I used to be in choir, but I actually toured Italy with my group. And so that's something that just means a lot to me, and that's why I have a music note for myself. Now something too is that these gloves need maintenance. They need maintenance pretty weekly to make sure that they stay good, they stay malleable, and that we can use them for years to come, because these don't come cheap. And so we actually will wash our gloves, and we will put something called Hide Rejuvenator on them. This helps keep the leather nice and soft, it keeps it nice and moist, and make sure that this glove is still easily bendable and usable, and hopefully it will last for years to come. Nicely, we actually just got a bunch of this through our Amazon wish list. If those of you didn't know, we have an Amazon wish list on our website so that people can see things that we need in the future and buy it directly for us. It pops up on our front door one day, and so we actually just got a few of these from the mail. Thank you. Well, that is another one of our Adventures in Eagle Territory. I hope you had a wonderful time, and we hope to see you again. Thank you so much.